Hello, how are you guys? This is Baz, and today we are going to talk about uncensored Chinese BL dramas. There are not much BL out of China, but the number seems to be increasing day by day. Here we will talk about some of the most exciting relationship in BL that will keep you interested until the show's end. Hope that you watch all of them, and if I missed some of your favorites, then please comment down to let me know. So before we start the video, please like, subscribe and share my channel for more content like this. Now I won't bother you guys more, so let's get started. Addicted. Addicted is a popular BL drama which ended abruptly due to the censorship crackdown by the Chinese government. This series focuses on two high school students who didn't like each other at first. Over childish prank and cheeky banter, their relationship improves until they become friends and possibly something more. Addicted is very popular series as anytime a BL series gets banned, it only increases your curiosity and makes you want to watch even more. While some elements of the story are provocative and considered problematic, the series is hardly as controversial as it is made out to be. Addicted definitely does not deserve to be censored and cancelled midway. Sadly, it never got to reach its full potential and the series ended on an unsatisfying cliffhanger that will never be resolved. I am so disappointed by what happened to Addicted, and it still stings even all these years later. In Your Heart. In Your Heart is a story of two high school buddies who clearly don't realize the full extent of what they mean to each other. The two boys had the most delightful time together and promised one another to stay together forever. As the time goes by, things change and they seem to walk toward different directions. So China made a BL, one with touching and kissing, which in theory sounds progressive. However, storylines like this serve to reinforce the homophobia that is still alive and well known. The clueless friends to lover trope is one that is often explored in the world of BL. The leads are both very attractive, the plot is conventional and unoriginal, but it has a charming quality to it, maybe a naive sincerity. Overall, I loved it. The Ambiguous Focus. It tells the story of how Zhang Nan and Zhang Jie, a homosexual couple, recover from betrayal and breakup. Jie struggles in life alone after Nan's leave. With the help of his friends Chunji and Xiao, Jie learns to be independent. Even when the truth comes out, both Nan and Jie are too hurt to patch things up. Nonetheless, they have to choose between getting back together or letting the other one go. I just saw this one and I was pleasantly surprised by the high quality of both the story and cinematography. This is not your typical BL drama with fluffy, hilarious and angsty scene about teenage love. Right from the start, the viewer is pulled into mature scenes with couple trying to maintain their relationship. The male leads know each other since school and their love story is shown in the prequel kinematics theory. Overall, the story has an open ending, the actors are eye candy, their acting is above average and even natural at times, and I find the story beautifully told. I recommend this. Bite Fight. After being in an intense bar fight, Ai-Fei gets bitten by Thomas, a vampire, to save his life. Ai-Fei is then confined in Thomas' home as he will slowly start to turn into a vampire over the next 3 months. While Thomas goes on the search for the vampire Bible, so he is able to obtain a power to fix something that happened in the past. Unfortunately, he has to avoid demon hunters. At first, Ai-Fei wanted to leave Thomas' house, but over the time they start to feel something for each other. But will Ai-Fei be able to cope if he finds out what Thomas did in the past? I am going to be honest with you, personally I thought this was a really strange movie at first. Graphics gave me a severe trauma and the sound effects were off by several seconds, but still I absolutely loved this. The story was really good, definitely not one I've seen before. The actors did a fairly good job with each of their parts. The characters were true to their role, but a warning to those who watched the cut version, they got rid of most of the BL scenes, so watch the uncut version on Gaga. Mermaids, Jade. In the toxic haze of Shanghan, the crown prince, one of the candidates for the role of the future emperor, is trying to seize power. Meanwhile, the beautiful merman Yixia becomes the favorite of Che Yuanshan, the minister of criminal justice. Fleeing from Shanghan with hatred, he finally returns to Yuanshan with a sharp knife of revenge. So first of all, this is a moderate budget Chinese wuxia movie about gay mermaids. I did not go into it with high expectations and it started off a bit confusing. But I thought the story they ended up weaving was pretty interesting. It's not every day that we see a Chinese BL movie and one that contains some explicit scenes too. While the premise is promising with an historical fantasy theme, the execution itself is quite poor. The acting itself was good considering the story. It seems they all tried to do their best. You can try watching this. Swinging Blossom. Gu Shijun, an elderly man who often dreamt about a boy who was his past romantic interest, after moving in with his brother's family, he decided to help his nephew Gu Jia in achieving his wish to attend an opening reception hosted by Ma Mingjin, a popular designer Gu Jia greatly admires. Upon reaching the office of Ma Mingjin's company, Shi Jun was stunned to see that Mingjin looked exactly like the boy he knew during his younger times. Now this is what I call a highly watchable movie with a beautiful crafted plot and a commendable cast. I enjoyed the story because it is really original one. I am highly recommending this movie, especially for older audience. If I could review this movie with one sentence, it would be bittersweet love story, family story, and the story about the effect of making wrong and right choices. I really like this movie. Rebirth. A decade ago, young Prince Jiu encountered Longyang, a commoner who thwarted his attempt to kill peasants accused of treason. Longyang, stealing Jiu's bow, was captured but forgiven, impressing the prince. Jiu gave him a keepsake, which Longyang retained. In the present, Longyang serves as a palace guard for 5 years without Jiu's awareness. After a battle, assassins attack Jiu and Longyang is gravely wounded protecting him. As he loses consciousness, he witnesses an arrow aimed at Jiu, potentially ending his life. Upon awakening, Longyang finds himself a year in the past, seizing the chance to alter the future. He reveals his identity to Jiu, who recognizes him by the keepsake. Longyang becomes Jiu's personal guard and their passionate romance blossoms. However, they must contend with Jiu's jealous fiancée, Changshin, and her efforts to drive them apart. A historical story from ancient China where something more develops between two men. It's rare to see a Chinese BL with some hot and heavy scenes and a happy ending. It was filmed gently, almost tenderly. Although the story itself does not lack betrayal, humiliation, cruelty, pain and death, I enjoyed the gorgeous sets, costume, makeup and hairstyles as usual. You can watch it on YouTube on the official channel with good quality English subtitles and the cutscenes separately by searching it. So make sure to watch the uncut version for the maximum BL content. Customized Companion. The love story between two guys in a long-term relationship has faded and each look outside the relationship to a phone app that summons the customized virtual companion, hoping to find what they have lost between each other. Damn, I've always felt this, but the Chinese BL have the highest caliber of plot lines and their execution. It's beautifully done and has hidden meanings too. It's really such a waste though, because of the strict Chinese laws today against this genre. It's so disappointing. To imagine the kind of story we could have had from them, I like this movie. Third Country. Not wanting to face the death of his father, Lin Xingyu, alone in Lijiang, unexpectedly lost wallet and was hired to be a school teacher for the Nazi people. Feeling developed between him and Aren, a local who supports Lin Xingyu. When the two open their hearts, they exchange keepsakes. But when these feelings of what the Nazi find unacceptable occurred in the remote mountains of ethnic minorities, what choice will Aren make between tradition and love? There was a whole lot I liked about this tale of a man going to Yunnan to try and find himself and of course finding love. The visual mood and beautiful scenery makes this memorable, but then you can't really have both internal and external conflicts with such a short runtime and resolve everything in a satisfying way. I didn't even expect such a visceral film, and instead of singing praises here, I am actually sorry that this country, where there is an absolute huge potential in terms of human culture, religion and population, is suffocated by the lid of censors and regulations. Still, I admire that they have made this. I loved this. Advanced Bravely. Xiao was born rich with renowned ancestry. Once a player, he has turned over a new leaf. Yuan Zhong is a former Special Forces soldier who, upon discharge, formed a company training bodyguards. When his little sister Yuan Rao falls for Xiao's charm, she is unsuccessful in breaking down his walls. So she approaches Yuan Zhong for some brotherly assistance. Will having these two men cross paths get the result Yuan Ru wants? The drama itself is amazing, so are the actors and the characters. The series exists in two formats, a cut version and an uncut version. Even the uncut version still had to comply with Chinese restrictions and so does not show the full BL scenes. No official international subtitle released currently exists of the uncut version. The official release on Wiki is the cut version. The uncut version can still be watched on Bilibili or Dailymotion. So that's it for today's video, guys. I know that these are not the only good ones, so there are more videos to come in the future. Wait for it. Hope you guys liked it. Again, if I missed some of your favorite series, then please comment down to let me know. I will make another video for it. Now you can also join my channel through membership to get various perks at the various levels, so please do check it out. Like my video, share and subscribe my channel for more. Bye bye.